Hello, everybody. My name is Dan Roberts, and welcome back to Real Talk. Well, today we've got a very special guest. His name is Peter, and I forgot his last name. Sorry, Peter. On social media, I know that it's Rock. What's your...
Peter Emelon, Dad.
Peter Emelon. I am so sorry.
It's okay, Dad.
Thanks.
It's okay. You know, the thing is, a lot of people know me as Peter the Rock.
Yeah.
So they know me, Peter the Rock, but at work is Peter Emelon. So I'm not surprised.
Okay, fair
I'm not
play.
surprised. I'll let you off.
Thank you. It's not the first time I've gotten this wrong with you.
I know I'll let you off, Dan. I'll let you off this time.
Thank you. So basically, for those of you that don't know, Peter has a very strong social media presence. He was a lecturer, and now he's still doing that with a job that was created specifically for him at this university, or is it college, university?
Yeah.
Yeah. And he also does some stuff in his spare time. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pass you over to Peter, and Peter's going to tell you a little bit about himself. Go for it, Peter.
Well, thank you very much, Dan. I think I'll start from... would you want me to start from? That's the thing.
The beginning's always a good place.
Okay. Well, humble beginnings. About 15 years ago. 15 years ago, I was teaching. I was a senior lecturer in London.
Okay.
Had a good job, doing really well. I was teaching in London, and I used to live in Essex at that point. I forgot to say, I've got to highlight this. I'm originally Nigerian.
Okay.
So I'm originally Nigerian. My parents migrated into the country about 25 years ago. And we came in, from Nigeria. I'm from a big, town called Okija.
Okay.
Okija is, it's one of the very educated people. I mean, we had the first private university in Nigeria, which is really great. So they like education a lot, and which is why I like education.
Mm-hmm.
I like being in education. Anyway, I was leaving in Essex. I moved to Essex, stayed in Essex for quite a long time. I remember I got along with a lot of people in Essex. I loved teaching my students and so on. But at some point, what got me to Blackpool? I'm going to get to that in a minute.
Okay.
But I was at some point I enjoyed Essex. So I enjoyed my teaching, but something happened.
Okay, and what was that?
Right. Dan, I had a near-death experience when I was in Essex.
Okay, I'm sorry to hear that.
Yeah. I mean, it came in as a blessing, to be honest, because if I didn't have it, we're not going to be sitting here today.
No, this is true. That's very
We're
true.
not going to be sitting here today. So it came in as a blessing because I had this near-death experience, and I ended up finding myself in a hospital.
Okay.
And when I was in the hospital, I know a lot of people go, Peter, why are you positive? And I'll come to that. When I was in the hospital, I thought I was gonna die, to be honest, Dan.
I've been
I was at this, and there was this day. It was raining, a lot of rain, and I went through the window. I thought it was the end of the world, So I looked at the window, and I said, whoever you are out there, if you give me a chance to come back, I'm going to make an impact in the world.
And how did we make that impact?
That's a good one.
Yeah.
That's a good one, Dan. So, 2 days later, the doctors came round and they go, you're all good to go. We don't know why you're here. And I'm like, oh. So I was discharged from the hospital. So it was like a miracle, And when I got back home to Essex, the first thing I did, which surprised my parents, my friends and everyone, was to give up my job. So I gave up my job. I gave up my job at 3:00 in the morning.
Okay.
I sent a text to work, so, well, that's it. And I decided to move to Blackpool, to my home in Blackpool.
Okay.
So I had my home in Blackpool on Everett. So I moved the next day to Blackpool, got a few things to Blackpool, and I thought, I want to do something different. I want to have an impact. I want to do something in the community, and I didn't know how to start because I was thinking, what can I do? How can I touch people's lives? How could I reach people? And I thought, well, why not just put smiles on people's faces like by dancing and motivating people, soup kitchens, and that came in handy. I started at the first day, I was going for my run and I was having a dance in Blackburn. It was, everywhere, everyone, whoopee, whoopee, and I'm like, oh, that's nice. They love it. I tried it the first day, the second day, and before I knew it, I kept doing this every day and it became like fun, and the more people became happy, the more people were smiling and like, the more I became energized.
Yeah. You are a local hero. You
Yeah.
No, you are. You are. Everybody
You know,
knows, even
yeah.
if they don't know your name, they know who you are.
Yeah, well, I know. I mean, and that got me an interview with BBC. So I got 2 interviews with BBC. I was, um, I was nominated for the most positive person by Preston and Blackpool for 2 years on a run, 2008 and 2017. And it really gives me joy to put smiles on people's faces, Dan.
Yeah.
I've had a lot of people going to me, Peter, I've had a terrible day, and watching your videos, just motivates me. So it gives me joy doing it. Gives
You,
me joy.
you told me about the guy that came round to your house that was upset, and then you fixed.
Yeah, Dan, you remember that? Yeah,
I do. Yeah.
right. So, do you know what? I'm going to share that now.
Go on.
Right, I had a guy from British Gas. He came up to the house and he said he was going to do some work in the house. Well, he had issues with parking.
Okay.
And so he was taking it up, he was like, miserable and like, well, you'd have told me there's no parking and all that. And I just smiled at him and I said, sorry, pal, would you mind if I give you a lollipop? And then, and he started laughing. He started laughing,
Yeah.
and after doing all the jobs he came in to do, he got me to sign the paperwork and he says, listen, mate, you're a legend. I was like, what for? He says, I came in really stressed out, I mean, I had issues at home, my missus, parking. It wasn't just going right for me. But you've just been smiling and giggling, I said, well, no, it's okay. I mean, I only offered you my lollipop, So, and that really, he just started laughing. He says, thank you for making my day. And I'm like, well, I'm glad I could. I'm sorry I didn't offer you the lollipop.
You dealt with it earlier.
So yeah, I know. So it's all about, for me, it's all about just breaking that circle. So when he left me being positive.
Yeah.
I mean, if he would have come to me negative and I would have been negative towards him, it's contagious, you see.
Yeah,
They're
it does.
taking
It
it on.
spreads.
It spreads. So for me, if I could put a smile and break that, that circle of negativity, that for me is a great, good thing.
Well, lollipops turning frowns upside down since the beginning of history. Yeah.
Well, anything that could, put a smile in people's faces. I mean, like for example, I'll tell you, Dan, with my current college where I teach at the moment, global banking school,
Yeah.
I get loads of students coming to me, Peter, you put a smile on my face, and so on, and I just, I just, I just keep going. I just keep going. I just, because I mean, it gives me joy to kind of see happy people.
Yeah.
It gives me joy. So, I think that's what gives me the kick to keep going.
I mean, I don't know anybody as positive as you, and
Thank you, man.
it's a good thing. Like you lift people's moods just by being around. Your personality and the way you are could completely change the dynamic and mood of a room just because you're positive. So, what is it you're doing now then?
Well, at the moment now, I do quite a lot because I wanted to do a lot of traveling, Dan. What I do for hobbies first, I do a lot of traveling. That's the other bit I do. I do a lot of writing now. I
Okay.
am currently a director of Lapidos International, which what we do is we do a lot of writing for therapeutic writing, helping people to write, building on mindsets and things, positive writings. And I do like that we go into schools, and it's all about that positive writing. And then also with my lecturing role, I'm a consultant lecturer at Global Banking School as well. I started a few years ago. I thought I was going to be doing it for just a year or two, but I can't believe I've been there for a few years now.
Yeah.
You know, and it's all about the people, because I mean, a lot of people come up to me and go, Peter, you know, you put a smile in my faces. You know, we all love you. You know, I mean, are you ever miserable? You know, I do get my odd days, but I don't kind of share it out. You see, you know, that's what keeps me the push to keep going.
Yeah, well, it's good. You've got to have a balance, because the truth is, it's all well and good being positive all the time, but like, things are going to get to you, and you've got to address your emotions, sometimes even the negative ones, or things build up and then that's unhealthy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Is there anything else you want to focus on at all, or speak
Well,
about?
I think what has really helped me, Dan, and to be honest with you, what has really helped me, Dan, is every day when I get up in the morning, before I leave the house, I've got a mirror. I've got a mirror on my door before I leave the door, get out the house, and I look at that mirror and I go, Peter, you're gorgeous, mate.
Brilliant. I do the same.
Do you?
Yeah.
No, that's terrible. Yeah. You know, it's amazing. I look at that mirror. I said, Peter, you're gorgeous. I said, listen, it's going to be a nice day. So when I leave the house, and if someone tells me otherwise, if someone goes, oh, you ugly bloke, I'll just laugh, because that doesn't define me. I know who I am.
Yeah.
You know, so because I know who I am, no one else could define me. You know, and I go out because I've already looked at that mirror and said it's going to be a great day. And when I go out, I make sure it's a great day. And I make sure every day I say to myself, I need to put smiles on at least 10 people's faces every day. And I break that every day.
That's brilliant, that,
Yeah,
man.
I break that every day.
I'm just going to address the camera for you. While I was, when Pete was talking, I had a drink of coffee, and I've been trying to hide it, and I can't, so I've spilt it all over myself. And I just thought I'd just get it out there. So, no, because I can't be bothered with like trying to move the microphone to hide it when it's quite obvious I've just spilt drinks all over me. So anyway, anything else you want to focus on at all?
That's the fun about it. And you know what, Dan? I think another thing which is really great, and I was going to highlight, which is really great, is when I kind of go out and spread spread positivity. A lot of people come back to me and go, Peter, you've really, really, had an impact in my life.
Yeah.
I've had people who's come up to me and messaged me on Facebook and said, Peter, I was about taking my life, but when I watched your videos, I thought, well, if he could be dancing, what am I doing this for? And I thought, what, really? So I said, you're about to take your life, and my video stopped you. And when I hear stories like that, you know, it really gets me to keep going on. There was a lady who passed away, Mandy, and Mandy comes into Blackpool all the time, and she loves Blackpool.
Yeah. I love Blackpool too.
Don't we all love Blackpool?
Yeah,
don't we all? Mandy died last month.
Oh.
And the good thing about it is, on Mandy's funeral, it was a video of me, Mandy, and her sister, which was played on her funeral. And it gave me really joy, because, you know, that was something to remember Mandy for. You know, the dance, the joy, you know. And so for me, if I could, I mean, I haven't got gold or silver to give to people, but if I could, Mother Teresa says, if you could put a smile on one person's face, it's a lot. So if I could put a smile on one person's face, for me, you know, I think it's a really great thing, Dan.
Why Blackpool, though? You are based in Manchester, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah, so why Blackpool? As incredible as Blackpool is, with its donkeys and everything else.
Well, I love the donkeys, Dan.
Yeah.
I love a donkey.
Well, when I was a kid, my parents used to take me to Blackpool.
Yeah.
And, like,
Yeah.
I've never. The thing is, we didn't start going till I was about 13, and I couldn't get on the donkeys at 13, so I've never actually had a donkey ride. But like, both of my brothers have been on it when they were kids, and they've loved it.
I'll tell you.
But why Blackpool?
I'll tell you, Dan. You'd never believe this. when I was little, when I was younger, I went to Blackpool with my brothers and family, and I thought I love this place. I could imagine living here, you know, and I saw you know, and I saw an apartment which was close to the promenade,
Yeah.
and I thought I could imagine living it, and it was for sale,
Yeah.
you know, and you wouldn't believe it. A few years a year or two gone past, I got a bit of, I thought I'd find out if that flat was still for sale, and it was still for sale. I was shocked,
Yeah.
and I got the flat. Never went to Blackpool till I had my near-death experience, and then I moved to Blackpool, and I never turned back.
No.
The people are, I'll be very honest with you, the people are amazing.
It's a lot of it's to do with the majority of the people that are there are holiday makers. So
Yeah.
therefore they're in a good mood. They're enjoying themselves. And I've said this to people and some people just don't get it. But I've said that in the summer, on the
Yeah.
promenade in Blackpool, when you sat there,
Yeah.
it's just it's so nice. And you won't think it because it's Blackpool. It's not got the best rep, but it's when you're surrounded by like decent weather, the sea breeze, smell the salt in the air, and everybody there is just happy, enjoying themselves, and it's good. I mean, then you have the out of season part, and it turns to a ghost town, and everyone gets depressed. But apart from you, apparently, but like, yeah. So you said about traveling and stuff. Where have you been so far?
Well, to be honest, Dan, I've done about 40 countries so far.
Oh,
I've done
wow.
I've done quite a few. I've done quite a few. At some point, I've calmed down a bit, to be honest, Dan. At one
Okay.
point, I was doing about, I was doing about four countries a year, because I just wanted to see places. And every time I went to every country, I'll be very honest, I've got loads of postcards and letters from people because I danced as well.
All right.
Yeah, I dance. I go down. I get kids away. I get all the kids. I get people around. Spread. It's all about spreading love, Dan.
No, I agree.
It's all about spreading love. I mean, I start my dancing from the airport.
Really?
I mean, I've got videos of me in Manchester Airport of me and Blackpool airports of me dancing. They go, "Oh, don't you know him? Oh, he's Peter the dancing man. You can."
That's what I got when I first saw you. So
Oh, is that what you?
I was in a taxi and I was coming through Blackpool and I just saw you there having the time of your life by yourself. And I said to the taxi driver, "Have you seen this guy?" And she just went, "Peter, I'd be up there with him." And I was like, "Do you know him?" And he was like, "Peter's one of the most positive, genuine people I've ever met in my life." And then I added you on Facebook after that and started following you. And then I've probably seen you 3 or 4 times. And I told my mother you'd be coming on here. And my mother saw you not long ago. She said that you was dancing on a roundabout.
Oh, bless.
And the police turned up and you just walked off. That's what she told me.
Oh, so, do you know what? Sometimes the police come down and they join me dance.
Really?
And I'm telling you,
That's nice.
And they go, listen, we need more people like you, And sometimes they come down, they join me, and sometimes they go, So it's really great. I think for me, it's all about just spreading that love, Dan.
Yeah.
It's just spreading that love. And I thought, I mean, my life's not perfect. I mean, but I mean, I would keep doing what I'm doing to my last day on this planet.
Yeah, I try to be positive. We all have things in life that beat us down, and it is important to have a positive outlook on life. I'm not saying like all the time. I mean, I don't genuinely know how you do what you do. It's a strength, but I think that we all need to do that. Just say something nice to a friend, make a phone call, send a text message, just giving someone a compliment, smile, laugh more. And because, like I said, life's hard and enough stuff's going to happen that you've got no control over that's going to ruin your day. So just smile through it the best you possibly can.
Honestly, Dan, I totally agree with you.
Yeah.
And for me, how I do it is the mindset. I think it's all about training the mindset, and whatever you put into that mind is what manifests outside. That's what I believe. So I try as much as kind of making sure my mindset is kind of built with a lot of positive stuff,
Do you believe in manifestation?
I do, I
Yeah.
do, I do. I mean, I manifested my home, um, my day, even speaking to you today.
Yeah.
I'll be very honest with you. I wasn't surprised when you came to me and go, Peter. I thought, oh my god. And when you told me first, I also manifested because you said our recording is going to come out in September, and I said, I can't wait to have a video out in September and dance in September because I've got a song dancing in September. I don't know if
All
you
right.
know
Yeah,
that.
I do. I do. I do know.
You know. And he all came, and this is us here right now.
Yeah.
So I kind of believe in manifestation. I kind of believe in whatever you think and is what comes into reality. We are creators of our reality.
Yeah, I believe
That's
so.
what I.
It's like the Secret, the famous book, The Secret. I've never read it, but I've kind of always tried to practice that. I remember
Work
one.
for you.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, definitely. I've been in some places in my life where I didn't know whether things would be the same after, and having a positive outlook. Because the truth is, worrying is like a rocking chair; it just gives
I
you something
agree.
to do, but doesn't get you anywhere.
I
Do you know
agree.
what I mean?
I agree. I totally agree. I'll give you one quick one before we go to your next question. There was this day I was at home. I was going to go for a big interview, and I was looking for my keys. I couldn't find the keys. And I was like, where is the keys? Where is the keys? And I was like, where is the keys? I couldn't find the keys. I was knocking everywhere. I couldn't find the keys. And I thought, you know what? I've had it up to here now. I'm not going to look for those keys anymore. I'm not going anywhere.
Yeah.
And I thought, I'm going to just put the kettle on and have a cup of tea.
Cup of tea.
So I went down to the kitchen. I put the kettle on. As I was about to just turn the kettle on, guess what happened, Dan?
You found your keys.
The keys was next to the kettle.
Yeah.
The keys was next to the kettle.
I've done stuff
I
like
said,
that.
you know what I mean? And I thought, do I take the keys or do I have my cup of tea?
You have your cup of tea and then you take the keys. Yeah. What do you drink? Is it Yorkshire tea?
Yeah, I do my Yorkshire.
Good,
Yeah,
good.
yeah,
Yes,
yeah,
yes,
yeah.
yes.
And I also love
Yorkshire
green
Gold.
tea. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Where is that?
Yeah.
Not sponsored, by the way. No.
Can't go wrong. Can't
No.
go wrong.
Is there anything else you wanted to focus on at all?
Yeah, Dan. I think for me is, I think the world at the moment is full of negative news.
I don't watch the news.
Oh, same here. I try not to sometimes. I try not to. Because every time you go onto the news or even social media, and I worry for kids as well because there's just so much negative stuff.
I know.
And if one could just come up every day and just put one positive thing out there and reach out to people like you said earlier on, having a smile, doing something little. You don't have to give a lot of money in, but something little for people to put a smile on their face. I think it would make the world a better place.
Pass it on, innit? Like you literally do something good for somebody and tell them pass it on. I've done that a couple of
I like
times.
that. Pass
Yeah.
it on.
I was in
Yeah.
when was I? I think it was in Tesco.
Yeah.
There was this woman, and she had 3 kids, and she was like trying to pay for stuff. And I think she says, "Oh, like I've only got £10," and it was like £10.80 something. So I just paid for it. And then she went, "Well, just take the 10." I goes, No, just do us a favour, just pass it on. And it is important to do this because you'll never see them again. But they won't forget the day that somebody random just stepped in when it was needed. And I've had it done for me before as well. And it was quite unexpected because I've never had it done for me before. It was literally, me going into a shop and I forgot my wallet. It's as stupid as that. I was in Tesco, forgot my wallet, and this is a few years ago, I was buying some beer. Which I don't drink anymore now, teetotal. So I was buying some beer and I realised I didn't have my wallet and I went, "Oh, can I just leave them there? I haven't got my wallet." And this guy just came over and just paid. But there's a lot of people out there like that.
Yeah.
It happened to me again in Chester. That was a strange experience. I was stopping in. If you ever get the chance and you're in Chester, stop at a place called the Piled Bull. It's a beautiful like pub with rooms upstairs.
Yeah.
But it's haunted.
Oh, is it?
Yeah. And downstairs in the what's it called, the dining room, there's a board and it tells you all of the ghosts and what rooms they're in and stuff. And I remember when I was laid there the night before, I heard a tapping, and I just thought, and it was that room before. This says you hear tapping from. But anyway,
no.
so while I was there, and then I was going to go and get some food because their pies were like notorious there throughout Chester. So I was just, I can get pie chips and a pint. And I had my colleague with me, and this guy says to me, just random guy at the side, says, "You do know that if you're staying here, you get 30% discount?" And I went, "Oh, I didn't know." "Oh, brilliant." And then he was talking to us, and I says, "Oh, we're doing some fundraising in the local area for a charity." And he was there to taste the pie for a review for Just Eat or something like that.
Well, okay.
And when it came to the bill, he just paid the whole thing. And I looked at him and I just went, "You didn't need to do that. At least let me buy you a drink back." And he just went, "Just welcome to Chester." I thought, I love Chester. Chester's brilliant. Yeah.
That is amazing. And I think it's from all the positive stuff you put out there.
I believe so, yeah.
You know, and which brings me to my favorite quote from Gandhi.
Oh, I thought you said cult then. I thought that's...
No, hold on. My favorite quote from Gandhi, and it is, be that change you'd like to see in the world.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, this is the thing. It's like...
change you'd like to see in the world.
Some people's, like, obviously you hear things like that and you think, that's fantastic, I'd like to do that. And it's not easy. But the truth is, everybody's more capable than they think they are. Because I saw this video on YouTube, and it was basically a spider on a piece of paper.
Right.
And somebody drew a circle around the spider. And the spider wouldn't cross the line, because to him it was a barrier, right? And then they took it out and they kept drawing like lines in front of it, so it couldn't, and it kept stopping and going. Then they drew a line in front of it, but they were a little bit too late, and the spider stepped over it. When the spider realized it could step over it, it could never hold it again, right?
Beautiful.
And that's exactly how it is with us as well. We build barriers in our own minds. We tell people that we can't do this, and it's just about... I mean, I still find it surprising that people get the highest level they can on GTA, but then don't implement some of the stress, effort, dedication to their own life as well. Because these things, obviously, like just better try and you don't need to like completely turn your life around. Just do one good thing a day and work on yourself on a constant basis, and your life will, by proxy, just get better.
Dan, honestly, I couldn't agree any better with you. One good thing a day. I think that's really, and I'll take from that. I mean, I highlighted earlier on, you know, I always try to, which is what has really helped me. Because if you keep doing it, one good thing a day, well, it just gets to a norm to you.
Yeah.
You know, and in that way, we're changing the world. I believe we are.
Change the world.
Yeah.
No, there's a good friend of mine. He has a charity fundraising agency called Change the World. So, like, JP. I'll tell you what, because we're nearly out of time, unfortunately. But I could do this for like another hour.
You could.
No, I could really, because honestly, I'll go off feeling so good about myself. No, we've like the time runs out shortly. So basically, Peter, I just want to say thank you so much for coming on. It's been a pleasure. You're somebody I'd like to have on again in the future as well. And I'm going to move this slightly forward. I'd like you to do the same.
Okay.
Because every single guest gets one of these.
Oh, thank you very much, Dan. And can I just say, thank you very much for what you do down here.
Thanks, man.
You know, the Real Talk. I think it's a wonderful platform. I think you're doing great stuff. I've seen the people you've interviewed as well. And honestly, for all the charity work you're doing, it's a great thing. We need more of that.
Thank you.
Keep shining, Dan.
I'm trying.
Don't you stop. Don't you stop.
I've done that. So, once again, thank you guys for watching. I've been Dan Roberts. This has been Peter. And this has been Real Talk.
Thank you very
So
much.
with respect, ethics, activism, and love, take care, and I'll see you on the next one.